What is going on, guys? This is Zero Signal, and we also have
Me, Dargaroth. How's it going?
yeah, man, all good, man. And let me just mute this. So yeah, guys, we thought we'd do a bit of a video. We usually do these after an episode where we're talking about the events of an episode, and we look a little bit further ahead to other episodes. But with just a few episodes remaining in the Tournament of Power, we just thought we had to do a little mini stream together and just go through a little bit about what could happen in the episode 126, especially because that looks to be a really crazy episode, and then just other things that could happen towards the back end of the video, back end of the tournament. So, dude, Toppo is an absolute ridiculously powerful maniac. Where'd that come from, dude? Where do you rank him, man, in terms of power compared to Jiren?
Oh, that's a difficult one, isn't it? I think obviously, like there was so much hype about Jiren that when he unleashed his power against Goku back when he became Ultra Instinct, it was crazy. But then when I watched last week's episode, I felt just the same way. I was a little overwhelmed with it. But to answer it, really, I think it's likely that Jiren is more powerful than Toppo.
Yeah,
just going off that Jiren's been said to be more powerful than the God of Destruction, whereas Toppo's said to be on the same level.
Yeah, so if they actually explicitly said that,
what do you think differently? Do you?
No, dude, I agree, man. I'm just thinking, have they explicitly said that Jiren is more powerful than Gods of Destruction? Have they actually said that?
I believe they have, but I can't back it up. It's just, I don't know if it's just my fantasy when I was watching it back then.
Because everyone says,
I've just heard someone else say it. I can't remember.
Yeah, I think everyone has been saying it, to be fair. It's definitely implied that he is, but I just wondered whether it had actually been, like, for example, Beerus had said, oh, he's even stronger than me or something like,
Well, I'm going off. I still believe we haven't seen Jiren's full power because if there's been a few times where he's just for a short period of time he's shown this red aura that's appeared, where he suddenly seems to burst with even more power, and then he switches it off. He only has it momentarily. I don't know if it's that he can only use it momentarily, or if he's just still kind of so OP that he's holding back.
Yeah,
that'll be interesting to see. That raised the question to me. Like, obviously, it was interesting whilst Goku was in Ultra Instincts. It looked to me like they were quite equal for that time. And do you think, what's the likeliness? Do you think that we're going to see Ultra Instinct Goku again?
Yeah, man, I think it's going to happen, definitely, for sure. I'm really confident it'll happen again. How exactly they do it, I'm not sure, because one thing that we saw with Ultra Instinct is he was able to block Jiren quite well, and he obviously was able to move without thinking. But in terms of an offense, he wasn't able to hit Jiren with anything significant. And it almost appeared that, and from what other people have suggested as well, that he'd mastered the defensive aspect of it, but not the offensive aspects. And as a result, he just wasn't able to penetrate Jiren. He just wasn't able to kind of land anything to kind of bother Jiren at all, really. So
penetration.
If Goku does get Ultra Instinct again, what is it? It can't just be the same. Otherwise, it's probably not going to be enough. So I'm not sure how they're going to do it.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure. I mean, I don't know what you think about. I mean, it's a bit of a vague topic, and I know they I think you were saying before that they made a big deal out of it back in the Namek saga. The Zenkai boost, the Saiyans. Is that still something that's present in the episodes? Because if it is, would we see a more powerful Goku in Ultra Instinct form this time around?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Will that power manifest itself with kind of being more manifest itself more in the offensive fighting rather than defensive?
Yeah, maybe. And I guess we've got to remember as well that it's so new, this form to Goku. In fact, he didn't even know what it was when he first. He's turned Ultra Instinct 3 times. Firstly,
Twice.
Twice, yeah, because it was the second time was against Kefla, wasn't it?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah. So the first time he didn't understand what it was.
No.
And there definitely was no mention that he's mastered it the second time round. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do. But like you say, it's likely that if he does get it again, he probably has a better idea how to control it. With the whole Zenkai boost idea, I think we've seen Zenkai boosts in Super. I don't think they've been directly acknowledged as being Zenkai boosts. But for example, when Vegeta did that huge final flash on Jiren, and Jiren said, "Warrior asleep," and give it all that, which has turned into like the biggest meme ever now. But when he did that, and Vegeta was totally out, next minute Vegeta's coming back and he's as strong as ever. So it appears Zenkai boosts are still going on.
I suppose so. Or is Jiren as powerful as he was back when he fought Goku for the first time?
Well, he said, didn't he, during the fight that he was like, Vegeta said, "Jiren, you're not as powerful as you were when you were fighting Goku." So, I mean, do you think that was? Do you think Vegeta said that because Jiren's physically not as powerful? Because obviously Vegeta's got no idea because he never fought him the first time, or is he just kind of being paranoid that he's going easy on him? Do you think?
Yeah, I think I think he was probably a little pissed off the idea that Jiren was holding back against Vegeta. Because Vegeta's he's so proud, isn't he?
Yeah.
I think he'd hate. I think that's one way to piss Vegeta off, is to just hold back against him.
Yeah, that really does piss Vegeta off.
I mean, there was that moment where, if you remember, after Goku fought Jiren for the first time, that Jiren kind of went into this recovery mode, didn't he? Where he said, "Oh, I'm going to appear when somebody's a threat."
Yeah,
it was something along those lines, and he hasn't done that recently. And was that necessary in order to reboost his power? Because if it is, he's been fighting for quite a while since then, like for a longer period, I think. And
good point.
Is he being drained of his energy? I don't know exactly what it is. I just assumed it was some kind of like a battery charger mode. He plugged himself in.
yeah.
Plug himself in.
He certainly did that, dude. But yeah, he plugged himself into Goku. Well, maybe he'll do that in 126. But the thing with Jiren, at the start of the tournament, it appeared that Dispo and Toppo were desperate to jump in the way to make sure that Jiren didn't have to expend any energy at all. And then we had the special. Obviously, he fought hit and he one-shotted Kale as well, didn't he? But other than that, he hadn't really done much. And then there was the Magikaio fight from Universe 3, and Hit was walking. Magikaio was beckoning Jiren on.
Yeah.
And Dispo took that one, didn't he? He said, "No, you're not fighting him. I'll fight." And like you say, when Jiren did fight in the special, and then he went into his kind of hibernation mode, or we'll call it what you like, they could be doing that because he needs to recharge his batteries and he loses stamina quickly, which would kind of tie in with Vegeta saying he's not as powerful. But also at the same time, it could be purely for effect, so that they can just, because he actually says the line, doesn't he? Everybody who was a threat to me has already been eliminated. Yeah. And Goku's like on the floor like shit, and Vegeta's, I don't even know if you heard that or not, but Vegeta's just like what are you on about? So it could just be for dramatic effect.
I suppose it's a good point. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, well, let's just change it a little bit. Who do you think is going to? Obviously, we got what is 5 or 6 episodes left or something. I think.
Wait,
who do you think is going? Yeah. So if people are going to be going out, it's going to feel quite sudden in the next few episodes. And who do you think is going to be the next fighter to go out to be eliminated from the tournament?
Oh, dude, I don't know, because like you say, because it's right at the end of the tournament. Usually these things work as like the weakest and go out one by one, and eventually you've just got the strongest left. But I'm not sure, with I'm not sure it work quite like that, because on the face of it, you'd probably say 17 would be the most likely person to drop out next.
Naturally, you'd think that.
Yeah.
But it doesn't look that way, does it, at the moment?
No, I mean, obviously Frieza was so close from being tossed off the side before, literally just hanging on by the width before his foreskin.
Frieza was close to being tossed off.
Yeah, he was, by Toppo. But to be fair, Toppo's hands would be far too big for any of that. So,
yeah. Well, I mean, that's if we're underestimating Frieza. But
yeah, he's good with his tail.
Indeed. Because the reason I asked that earlier is because I saw the video you posted the other day with your theories about what's going to happen in the next few episodes. I mean, would you want to go into more detail into that? Because you had some interesting theories about how especially Vegeta's fight against Toppo.
Yeah, well, it's one of those things that I'm kind of caught in the middle a little bit with it, because obviously I'm a massive Vegeta fan. So everything that I say with respect to Vegeta is with a little bit of wishful thinking. Yeah. But everything that I've seen in the tournament up to this point, just as purely as a fan, it makes me think that the way this story is going to be playing out is Vegeta is going to have a massive episode in 126. The reason for that is the whole way through Super, they've been trying so hard to tell us introduce us to gods of destruction, introduce us to this Hakai energy, which is, above, just insanely powerful. Then they introduce us to Jiren and Toppo. Toppo is shown to be like relentlessly powerful, just literally wrecking Frieza. Frieza gets overconfident, thinks he can take on the Hakai ball, but can't. Again, for me, that's foreshadowing that in this episode, the same thing's going to happen, but the difference is Vegeta, who's got his ultra god form, call it what you will, the new blue form, he's mastered this control. And I think once he's consumed and risks his life, as the episode title kind of says, once he's inside of the Toppo's Hakai ball, which you can actually see him charging on the preview. So I think it's all there. Once Vegeta thinks this is my only chance, he's going to be able to somehow come to terms with the power and control it, whether he absorbs it into his body in order to try and enhance himself further upwards to kind of take Toppo out or Jiren, or whether he uses it to Final Flash, make the blast even more powerful. But I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen. But I really like the idea that it would show, because the other spoiler was that Vegeta, his power ascends past the gods, and if Toppo's a god of destruction and Vegeta can control a Hakai energy ball, that would suggest that he, for that moment, was able to surpass a god of destruction.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think that's great. I'm convinced by it. Obviously, at this point, I've heard so many theories, different points of view about what's going to go down the next few episodes, and a lot of them feel as equally believable. But I do think the impression I've got that the way it's been heading is that with the fight between Vegeta and Toppo, we'll see him absorb the Hakai energy, because they've kind of hinted it a few times now with Frieza being able to catch it and compress it, and then Frieza trying again this time with Toppo and failing, sadly.
Yeah.
Not sadly to Frieza fans.
Yeah.
I think Vegeta being in essentially a god form himself, because you get those that call, some people call the Super Saiyan Blue God, right?
Yeah, it gets confused a little bit sometimes, doesn't it?
Yeah, I do think that it's likely he'll absorb it and use it to his advantage, but I can't see him simply like throwing Toppo out of the tournament and having Jiren against Goku, Frieza, 17, and Vegeta. I think if they are going to go out, it's possible that they'll go out together. Some kind of like ultimate Vegeta sacrifice. I suppose it's a type. We've known him to kind of sacrifice himself for his family before, haven't we?
Yeah.
Back with Majin Buu, he kind of he tries to sacrifice himself, blow himself up to.
It's one of the best moments
for the sake of his family. Yeah, it's a glorious moment, and I think with a lot of the theme being on. Do you reckon a lot of the themes being on family?
Well, yeah. I mean, right from the beginning of Dragon Ball Super's Tournament of Power, the whole theme was to do with family. They had Gohan, who'd realized by being with his family that he needed to start to train in order to be able to defend his family should the worst happen. He realized that was during the Trunks arc at the end, he realized he needed to train. And then there was, in the beginning of the tournament, actually prior to the tournament, Vegeta wouldn't even train with Goku, which is the most un-Vegeta-like thing ever. Because he was expecting the birth of Bra, and then obviously in the actual Tournament of Power, Gohan as the leader eliminates somebody, I believe, and there's a charm on the floor. He picks it up, and it's the fighter he's just eliminated with of power, literally, like a universe survival arc. We'll call it what you will. Literally everything's on the line, not just your life, your family's life, but your whole universe. And I'd like to see. Well, I thought, and I just wonder whether they're rushing it a little bit now, but I really thought they were going to hammer home what's at stake for these fighters, and things like Vegeta's resolve. I thought would be all to do with he's not prepared to let his family down, because we've seen his character come full circle. And
yeah,
what do you think about that, dude?
Well, so I'm always a fan of seeing Vegeta come in a full circle.
That's the second ridiculous comment of the stream.
I think you're right. The family being a big significant theme since the beginning of Super. It's been used. I mean, yeah, as you say, we got Gohan, Krillin, Vegeta, Goku, even, I suppose.
Well, Goku, yeah, but he's not. There's not been a moment in any kind of arc that I can remember where Goku really kind of uses his family as a motivation. He's Everyone likes Goku, but sometimes I think
he's like Goku,
a bit of a dick.
Yeah, but I've always seen Goku as somebody who sees kind of everybody, like everybody on the planet as his family. Like it's like he looks at everyone, just everybody is equal, doesn't he? He doesn't pay special attention to his own family.
No, that's true, dude.
That's quite naive of him, I suppose. But
supposed to. But
I'm
anyway,
making assumptions here, obviously. We got
well, that's all we can do.
We got a friend back here, LA Triple X 224 on the.
Oh, nice one, dude. Welcome back, man. Hope you're doing well.
And he's. They are saying they're here for the dank theories and kind of mad super is ending. Can wait for Ultra Instinct Goku to go hard on Jiren.
Well,
I mean,
can Jiren get a hard on?
Can Jiren get a hard on, or Goku? Who knows?
I mean, I'm just gonna throw it out there, dude.
It'll all be revealed next episode. Dragon Ball Z.
Next week on Dragon Ball Z, Jiren gets a hard on. But the thing is, can Jiren shoot Kai blasts from his penis? I mean, we've seen various characters use their. Look, dude, I'm being serious, right? We know people can shoot ki blasts from the hands. We know people can shoot ki blasts from the legs. We've even seen Saiyans do that before.
Yeah.
We've seen Jiren using his eyes. So, is it conceivable that Jiren could shoot a ki blast from his penis?
I believe it's possible, and it's likely such a thing will be found in hentai pages. You got the Jiren fanatics. It's just a guess. Who knows?
Can Goku shoot a Kamehameha from his penis? Yeah, of course he can. Look, I mean, one thing we know about Dragon Ball Super and Dragon Ball in general is there's not much Goku can't do. He can probably shoot a ki blast from each individual eyelash. So I'm sure he can. The problem is, right, if you're as powerful as Goku, right, and let's say you're making love to Chi-Chi, all right, I don't know why I'd want to do that, but whatever, each to their own. Like, how is he not killing her? Because he's got such power everywhere. How is he not just completely destroying her?
Control, man. Yeah.
Lax224.
Passionate dude.
Lax224 wants to shoot a special beam cannon out of his. I'm guessing you meant hole.
Out of what?
Can you imagine if someone said, "I'm just nipping to the toilet," sits down on the toilet, special beam cannon?
Oh man!
Oh dear!
I forgot completely.
It's like John, coming soon, John, Kamehameha. Oh, dude, this has just gone in a really wrong direction. All of a sudden.
Oh man!
Look, for the record, we've never ever seen anybody in the manga or in the anime shoot any ki blasts out of any sexual organs.
No, I don't think so. No.
Can you hear that, dude? My dog is he's really not happy right now, and she never ever makes a noise. Maggie, behave yourself. Anyway.
Oh.
Coming soon, Jiren unloads his blast on Yamcha's face. Could happen. Just saying.
Yamcha. Oh my god.
Oh, dude. What we gonna do?
I think that Jiren is Yamcha in a mask. He's getting revenge for not being invited.
He can't be, dude. He can't be because everybody knows it's Chuck Norris.
No, Chuck Norris is above it. Chuck Norris is the father of those Zenos.
Dude, so looking at Goku, Vegeta, Jiren, Chuck Norris, and Yamcha, where do you put those guys in? So starting with the top, obviously. So, in fact, we'll just narrow it down. Goku, Jiren, Chuck Norris, and what's that? Who's the other one I said?
Yamcha, was it?
Zeno. We'll go for Zeno. Who's more powerful, Zeno or Chuck Norris? That's what I want to know.
Right. So it's undoubtedly Chuck Norris will come first. Right.
Yeah.
But then next to them would be Chuck Norris's mustache.
That was a strong. He had a strong tash game.
Chuck Norris's penis.
Chuck Norris.
And then Zeno. And then I'd say Jiren, then Goku.
Who'd win in an arm wrestle, Zeno or Chuck Norris's penis?
Chuck Norris's penis. Yeah.
This is okay. We've kind of gone off piece a little bit here.
I mean, we were talking about. We were literally talking about Dragon Ball Super, like in all seriousness. And I mean, what I want to. One thing I did want to discuss, though, in all seriousness, is will we see Vegito appear?
Dude, I'm not sure, because if you'd asked me at the start of the tournament, I'd have said 100% for sure. It's definitely going to happen. But now I'm looking, and there's only a few episodes left, and there's still quite a lot of characters in the tournament, and a lot of unfinished business. We've still got a full episode. They have to use at least one episode to wrap everything up. You know, to have the wish, everyone arrives back home, or whatever it is. We need at least one episode to do that. So we've got barely any time left. So I really hope they're not going to rush it, given there's probably going to be no Super for like 2 years, maybe. But honestly, the thing is, why would they mention the Patara earrings if they weren't going to use them? And I know they used them on Kefla, and then I think it was Universe, Rip Brian's Universe. They tried, didn't they? And the foot check and got taken out. But there's kind of, other than Kefla, there's been no real reason to use them unless Vegito comes. What do you think, dude?
I think at this point, if they brought Vegito along, it would be rushed, and I think it's a bit too late. It feels a bit too late for that now. But then, how will the tournament end? Like, how could Goku and Vegeta, 17 Frieza possibly win? Or
well, they could win.
I mean, I'm assuming they will win. Or will Jiren...
I'm not sure, dude. I mean, I'm just going to throw this one out there, man. But I actually think the tournament will end in a draw.
Yeah, go on.
I think it'll end in a draw, and Jiren won't be eliminated. A little bit like, do you remember in the universe, in the Zen? Sorry, no, the Universe 6 versus Universe 7 little arc.
Yeah.
In the end, Goku and Hit were like evenly matched.
Yeah.
And Goku actually stepped out of the arena, didn't he? So didn't he give the win to Hit or something? I think he gave the win to Hit, didn't he?
I think it did, yeah.
Yeah. So I think it'll be kind of like that, where they'll be evenly matched and they'll have a newfound respect for each other. And in the end, it'll be a draw. But Lax 224, dude. Do you think it is? I'm putting the question to the viewers now. Is this tournament going to end in a draw, or is Goku, with the help of Chuck Norris, going to bring it home for Universe 7? Tell me in the chat.
God, look at these comments.
So Lax224 says Chi-Chi has Kaioken. She does when she loses her shit. Yamcha is #1 god.
So saying that he's hinting that Chi-Chi can take Goku's energy blasts from his...
Well, dude, I reckon Chi-Chi...
She could take his Kamehamehas.
Yeah, she probably can. All over her face. And she can probably take Chuck Norris... Special beam Chuck Norris into Zeno. Yes. Dude, what would a special beam Chuck Norris look like?
What? A special beam Chuck Norris?
A special beam Chuck Norris, what would that look like?
You've got me there. What would it look like? Was that a test?
I don't know, dude. Lax224, I wish for that one lady god, Heles, I think her name is, to be brought to life, then Boom, repopulation. Yeah, so he's Lax 224 wants to repopulate the world just with him and Helles, the god of destruction. Yeah, she's pretty sweet.
Yeah,
I'd be happy with just me and 18.
I mean, you try and blast a Kamehameha into her, but like you'd be overwhelmed by her Hakai energy.
Shit, yeah. If you ever pissed her off and she started glowing purple, you'd be like, shit.
You might lose it quickly, you know. You might be too scared of her. But she seems like quite a soft character.
To be fair, Ribrianne de Chateau.
Yeah,
she's hot. Right, dude. New topic: hot Dragon Ball characters. Ribrianne de Chateau.
Yeah, Android 18.
Ooh, I see your Android 18, and I raise you hot Bulma.
Hang on. Like that's tough.
Bra in Dragon Ball GT. Yeah, Lax 224. He's going. Lax 224 is going for Kefla. I'm down with that. Kefla's pretty beast.
Yeah, Kefla. God. I can't raise it, honestly.
Lax 224 said that.
We started the bar quite high. Like we didn't disavow. The bar was high, raised higher, and it's probably the highest. I mean, it was kind of hinted within the series early on that is it Marin?
Yeah. Oh, dude,
she was quite annoying.
I meant Marin before, but yeah.
You meant Marin? Oh,
yeah.
But she was quite. I found her quite annoying as a character. So you did like. No, I won't go there. But I'm losing track of what I want to talk about in Dragon Ball Super.
Yeah,
Lax is so organised, man.
Lax likes Whis with a wig. Lax with Whis with a wig, dude. Whis with a wig and breast implants. All right.
Whis loves all desserts and creamy food.
I mean, Beerus, he's not exactly got many females to get it on with. So, sometimes Whis has got to improvise and whack that wig on and put those oranges in his brassiere. To get Beerus to rock Beerus's world.
Beerus even.
See, it takes Beerus it takes him 4 years just to whack one out. Because when he goes to sleep for year, millions or whatever, however long years. It takes him 4 years just to whack one out.
4 years.
Yeah, 4 years to have a tug.
Makes sense. Yeah. He sleeps for about 10 years.
It takes him a year just to get hard.
Yeah. Well, he sleeps for 10.
Yeah. Lax again, we're just suggesting that when Whis isn't around, maybe Beerus is getting down with that oracle fish, dude. Yeah, man, that oracle fish is a freaky little thing. She is a horny little bitch. But dude,
yeah.
Back to reality a second, man.
Oh,
do you have any kind of end of tournament of power twists that you could see happening?
Oh, well, I'm a little bit of a believer of it ending on some kind of cliffhanger with something going wrong with the what's the Damn, I forgot the name of the character. The
Grand
Grand
Priest?
Priest. Yeah, I'm trying to remember the name of the character.
Daishinko.
Yeah. It's been hinting for a while that there's something. I feel there's something else there, some hidden motivation, and I like the idea that the tournament will end and then the Grand Priest to be up to something. I don't know what, but I think it has been hinting for a while that there's some evil there, and they've got to make something of that. It's so like Dragon Ball Z that they won't just end it with a tournament. The tournament will finish, and even if it's just the end of this arc, the tournament will finish. Something else is about to kick off. Then the credits roll. Then it'll be like, "Stay tuned for the next episode of Dragon Ball Super."
If you want to know what happens at the end of Dragon Ball Super, then come back and watch the film for just $9.99 at cinemas everywhere.
It's guaranteed you'll be pleased. Very pleased.
Batteries not included.
But yeah, that would be a really good way to sell the film, because you'd be thinking, everyone would be like, what the fuck's going to happen? What the fuck's going to happen? You know, we're going to have to watch the film now to find out what happens at the end of the tournament. But we know the tournament's to do with the origins of Saiyan, so how they could kind of do the beginning of the end of the tournament, and then somehow kind of totally change it up to be about, what's his name, dude? Yarasama, well, the original Saiyan. I never remember that guy's name. Yashomi, or you're killing me softly, dude.
Is it Yashom? Is it
Into the Wise.
Yamoshi, isn't it?
Yamoshi, yeah, that's the one. Yeah, so he's going to be obviously in the films.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that, because I think that's partly why the holding off on the series for now is so the animators can work on that movie. So I think it's going to be good. I doubt we'll be disappointed by it, and
I hope not, dude. But I hope they're not going to rush the end of this tournament, dude. Because
no, of course not.
I think they are, man. If I'm being honest, right, I do think they're going to rush. They're going to rush the end of the tournament, and I think fans are going to be like, you know what? We've watched this tournament because it's like one of the longest arcs. It's the longest arc in Super. We've been watching this tournament for months with hype. And how much hype was there before the tournament even began? And now we're down to like the last 4 or 5 episodes of the tournament, and they're just going to cram it all in. And they've not mentioned anything, but I just wonder whether there's going to be another hour-long special at all. What do you think?
I think it's likely.
Just to kind of cap it all off.
At least I'm hoping for that, obviously.
Lax wants Bulma and 18 in bikinis in the new film.
As far as I'm aware, there's a possibility that we won't even be aware of many of the characters in this film, because it might be based in a different universe. The universe.
Universe 6?
Yeah. Am I wrong? Have I got that confused?
Just whilst we're thinking about that, man, Lax has also come out with a really interesting theory to do with the end of the tournament.
Oh, yeah.
Which I think would be really amazing if they did this. But I don't quite know how they'd animate it. So, you know, for example, how we got the Golden Freezer, where Vegito's about to deliver the final blow, and then Frieza blew up the world, and we had to do like a time travel.
Yes.
Well, Lax is suggesting that they get to the end of the tournament, and, you know, for example, you could maybe run out of time or something, but then Jiren uses a time travel to go back in time and beat Goku, but then Zeno gets bored and the tournament ends. So you could have literally, you think you're at the end of the tournament, and then suddenly Jiren goes back in time, and that could be the cliffhanger.
That's mad.
It's out there.
It's out there, and I like it.
You think, for example, Toppo and Vegeta could both be tossed in the next episode. Jiren could
at the same time.
At the same time, just
being tossed.
I don't think that's good. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. But and then Frieza and 17 get eliminated the next episode. You have 2 episodes of Goku and Jiren, and then right at the end, you think that it's all coming to a head. There's Daishinkon calls time, but then suddenly Jiren reverses time. Vegeta's back in, Toppo's back in, and it all just changes up.
And then Goku woke up from a crazy dream.
Yeah, yeah, and he looks next to him in the bed, and it's Hercule.
Yeah,
it's like, baby,
Mr. Satan.
yeah, Mr. Satan.
Can you? What else is there to discuss?
I think it's one of those things, dude, that we kind of have to wait until the end of the next episode. But I am absolutely convinced, dude, and I'm saying it one last time, absolutely convinced that when Toppo fires a Hakai ball at Vegeta, Vegeta is going to deliberately take it on and bring it under his control. I'm absolutely convinced, because why else would Vegeta have to, for example, Jiren have to come over and fight Jiren? So,
yeah.
Dude, sorry, I'm getting a bit tired. Why else would Jiren have to come over and fight Vegeta just after Vegeta breaks off from Jiren to fight Toppo? That's the only logical reason, is because Vegeta gets a power up. I'm just convinced.
I mean, do you think that do you think they've rushed Vegeta's new form?
Rushed it?
Yeah. Then like they've kind of given him this big power up a bit too early, or do you think as you say, is he going to get another power up later on, because to me it would suggest that they're giving him this power up now, and we're going to see it being tested against Toppo. Jiren has to jump in because he's a bit too much for Toppo. That to me would suggest that
it would only give him a taste of it. It wouldn't just give him Hakai energy, because it's only one ball, but it give him a taste for it, and he would start to know what it feels like to control. And it might give him, something might make sense to him when he takes it on, that he thinks, I know how I can unlock this in the future.
Yeah,
because I feel, but it could be that he just, he's been like destroyed by the Hakai energy ball, and then he just somehow manages just to find that place. With the training he had with Whis, where he had to close his eyes for a second and concentrate. He does that whilst he's being destroyed, and then somehow gets control of it, and then just fires it back. And can Toppo, as someone who's only just turned into a Hakai Shin, can he handle a Hakai attack back? Probably not.
Probably not. I think a lot's going to happen. I think, like all of these episodes coming up the next few weeks, they're not going to be anything short of amazing, of incredible. Because even if it happens to be rushed, there's going to be so much action there, and I think the quality is going to be great. The animation's been great recently, and they haven't even announced that they got special people working on it.
Yeah,
it
has been good, dude. Yeah, I totally agree with you.
So I'm looking forward to it nonetheless.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, for sure. And Lax 224, man. If you're milling around in the wee hours, I don't know where it is, wherever you are in the world.
Where do you live? Where do you live, Lax 224? You don't mind us asking. Where are you from?
Okay, whilst we're waiting,
yeah, done.
Yeah, whilst we're waiting for that dude, what he's just suggested there. We still haven't had Toppo's transformation explained. We kind of have, because what we know about Toppo is he is a candidate for God of Destruction. So he possesses huge powers and has been singled out as someone who could potentially become the next God of Destruction. We know he's had training with the Angel from Universe 11, and he's obviously been working closely with Vermouth. So he's been shown exactly how to use these powers, and he has.
He is OP.
So we kind of have had it explained about how he's managed to get it. And Jiren, you said, I wonder if Jiren can transform like Toppo into a god form. I don't think so, because Jiren he said himself, what he searches for is a power, is something beyond just power. He wants something beyond physical strength. So he's way above that. Whereas Toppo has specifically been trained as a Hakaishin with destroy power or Hakai power. That's my take on it. Do you want to elaborate anymore?
You summed it all up.
Okay, dude.
And our friend is from the great old USA. Which part of the USA?
It's 6 p.m. It's midnight here.
Yeah, I'm really tired. It's been a long day.
It's been a long day.
It's been a long day. Oh my God.
I'm gonna go to bed and dream about Chi-Chi.
California, living the dream. Oh, I won't mind it.
California.
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 Knows how to party. Okay, dude, thanks very much for coming out. Anybody else, thanks very much for coming out. And we will be doing a lot more of these streams. So please share, and subscribe. Tell your friends, and let's all come on. And by the way, Lax, dude, whilst you're there, man, we're also going to be inviting other people onto these chats as well. So if you ever want to join the chat and get involved, then you will be most welcome.
Yeah, dude. Thank you again for tuning in to the channel. I suppose it'll be Saturday for you when the next episode's streamed. We're going to be coming on a live chat again. And as Zero Signals just said, we should be able to join the actual discussion with us on the Google Hangout. So
until next time, motherfuckers and Dragon Ball Super enthusiasts, stay sexy, and
just keep enjoying the show that we love, dude. Just keep enjoying the show that we love. Right, dude, let's get out of here. But yeah, as soon as the episode finishes, hop on. We'll be doing another stream. We'll be having a few beers and maybe inviting a few of you guys onto the chat as well. So we'll see you then.
All right. Take care.
See you in a bit.